welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Olivia.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Lyra. And we're going to be telling you guys about UV light.
Did you know that there's light traveling around us constantly at all times, even when you can't see it?
There are many different kinds of waves on the electromagnetic spectrum. There's radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, visible light, ultraviolet rays, X-rays, and the most powerful, gamma rays.
Although there are many different types of light on the electromagnetic spectrum, what is ultraviolet rays?
Ultraviolet light, which many know as UV rays, are emitted by the sun and can give you a tan or a sunburn. But UV light isn't all bad. It's also used for killing bacteria in food, sterilizing lab equipment, and our skin makes vitamin D when exposed to UV light. Vitamin D is needed for strong teeth and bones. Also, if you have to go outside when it's very hot, to protect your skin from the UV light, cover up your skin and wear sunscreen with a high SPF. The higher the SPF, the longer it lasts.
Ultraviolet light got its name because it's above violet in the light spectrum, which is the shortest light out of the spectrum. Therefore, you can't actually see it. But how does it have its place in the universe?
Ultraviolet light is emitted by the sun, but the sun is not the only thing in space that emits UV rays. Anything hot in space emits UV rays. Since our Earth's atmosphere absorbs most of the light, and including ultraviolet light, we don't get fried up. But that means that ultraviolet light can only be seen with a telescope that must be placed outside Earth's atmosphere.
But what telescope is even that strong? And how could we have discovered ultraviolet light?
The Hubble telescope, or WFC3, is able to detect the ultraviolet light, which was able to discover the most energetic processes on planets, like young stars forming. The Hubble was also able to discover auroras on Jupiter's poles that are hundreds times stronger than the auroras on Earth. These auroras are caused by the sun's solar storms. But this is not the only thing that the Hubble was able to capture. The Hubble also helped discover blue clusters in galaxies like Centaurus A. There was a warp shaped, and this was through past collisions and merged with another galaxy.
Wow, I didn't know that about the universe. How do you even measure UV light?
All light is measured in frequencies and wavelengths. UV rays vary in wavelengths from 10 nanometers to 380 nanometers. It has frequencies of about 8 by 10 to the 14th to 3 by 10 to the 16th cycles per second. They can also be measured in photon energies. UV light has photon energies from 3 to 124 electric volts.
Cool. Are there different kinds of UV light?
There are 3 different kinds of UV light. UVA rays have the shortest wavelength, so they can travel furthest past Earth's ozone without getting absorbed. UVB rays get 95% absorbed by Earth's ozone, and UVC rays are almost fully absorbed by the ozone layer, so they have the longest wavelength.
Yeah, ultraviolet light is cool, but how was it even discovered?
Ultraviolet light was discovered in 1801 by Jonathan Wilhelm, and he was the creator of modern electrochemistry. He was known as one of the most brilliant physicists of the Roman time, but unfortunately he was only acknowledged after his death.
So how does UV light affect our lives now? That was good.
It is used to kill airborne viruses like COVID-19. In the 1930s and 40s, William F. Wells demonstrated that UVC light can be used to inactivate airborne viruses. UV light was used throughout the pandemic to disinfect objects. There's also a box that uses UV light to disinfect phones. This invention was popular in the height of the pandemic. The UVC light has the shortest wavelength out of any of the UV lights. UVC is the type of UV light needed for sanitation. Now that the virus is coming to a close, we will continue to use UV light to disinfect and keep us all safe.
Quick summary! There are 7 different types of light on the electromagnetic spectrum. Ultraviolet light is emitted by the sun. UV light was discovered in 1801 and can give you sunburn and skin cancer. There are telescopes invented to discover more about the universe, like the Hubble telescope, that uses UV light. UV light can be measured in 3 ways: photon energies, wavelengths, and frequencies. UV light has 3 categories: UVA, UVB, and UVC. Ultraviolet light also helps us do many things now and in the future.
So next time you get burned or get a tan, how about you think of
UV light!
We got that on video. Okay, ready? Shut up. I really want to sing if you want to be done. I wasn't recording!
ultraviolet? Wait, I'm gonna start.
There are many different kinds of light on the electromagnetic. I can't read it.
Electromagnetic.
Light, UVA rays, travel the